Hey, and welcome back to Bane's Bites. I'm Bane. So today I'm going to be doing something I've been wanting to do for a while. My best man at my wedding, his brother, asked me to come up with a budget dinner for less than 20 bucks. So we went to Aldi this week and I spent a little bit more than 20, but I gave myself a $25 budget. But we're going to show you how to make a $25 or less full date night dinner, bottle of wine, appetizer, entree, and dessert. So let's get started. So you can't have your dessert before your meal, right? But you can definitely make it. So we're gonna start there. What I got was just a basic package of peanut butter cookie mix and some Hershey Kisses. We're gonna mix up the cookies. We're gonna throw a kiss in the middle of each one, bake them off, and we'll have those ready for dessert. And we'll go from there. Well, now that we've got our dessert in the oven, those cookies are baking up. They'll be done in 10 or 12 minutes, just following the instructions on the package. I can tell you that for everything here, minus maybe some pantry essentials, we spent $22.76, including a bottle of red wine. Now for our appetizer, I got a port wine cheese ball from Aldi. So we'll open that up, we'll put that down on a plate. Got some scalloped garlic flavored crackers we're gonna put around it. We're gonna sit down and have a nice little appetizer. The appetizer's all made, the dessert's in the oven. Let's pour some of our red blend. We'll catch back up with y'all after this. Well, I tell you, that cheese ball was very, very good. It was just as good as any name brand you can find in your grocery store. And these crackers were great. They were a little thin. A couple of them broke on us, but that's okay. So as you can see, we still have plenty left over and half a cheese ball in the fridge. So we'll wrap these up and we'll move on to the main dish. So I've got a sauce pot over here heating up with some water. As soon as it gets to boiling, I'll add some salt. We're gonna toss in some of this Priano Conchiglioli. I don't know how to say that. I'm Italian. I lived there for a year. I don't know how to say it. We've got some shells. We've got some water on the stove coming up to a boil. We're going to add a little bit of salt. And again, I'm using some pantry items that everybody hopefully has on hand. But we'll salt some water. We'll get some pasta in there. We've got a bottle of roasted garlic Alfredo. Fancy schmancy. And before we get that going, I'm going to take this French baguette I found. We're going to make up some crostinis to go with our pasta tonight. So we're going to take this baguette. I'm going to slice it about halfway right through on a bias, which just means at an angle. Tuck this back in for something else later this week. And all I'm going to do is take this baguette right here and slice it about 3/4 to an inch thick on a bias, which just again means at an angle. Get up a couple slices for both of us. That should do it. I've got a can of spray olive oil. We're just going to spray the edges of these. Spray them real good. Got some of Heath Ryle's garlic butter. You can just use garlic powder if that's what you've got. Most people probably don't have this in their pantry, but we'll hit the tops of these with a little bit of rub. Throw them on some parchment paper and cook them till they're golden brown and delicious. Now probably the hardest part of this whole meal, after we've done the dessert, we've done the appetizer, we've got our wine going. Speaking of which, it's okay. You pay $6 for a bottle, you're gonna get what you pay for. It's not bad. I bought some tricolor mini peppers because they were cheaper than big bell peppers. We're gonna get a couple of each. We're gonna dice them real small and we'll saute them to put on top of our pasta for a little color and a little flair. So we've got our peppers diced up real fine, real small. As you can see, our water is boiling. So we're gonna add a little bit of salt, but a little bit, just enough to kind of make it taste like seawater. So maybe 2 tablespoons or so for that amount. We'll give that a quick stir. Let it dissolve. Perfect. We'll add our pasta and we'll put it in. So I didn't quite use the full bag. Now that we've added it in, our heat's still on high. We're just gonna give it a quick stir to make sure it doesn't stick. We'll let that come up to a boil. We'll cook it to a good al dente. Now while that pasta's cooking, what we're gonna do is get a second little saute pan going. I'm gonna add our peppers in with a little bit of oil, salt, and pepper. We'll get those softened up. Got these peppers on high heat. I'm going to keep a constant watch on them. I'm just looking to cook them down and soften them up a little bit. And we're going to use this pan for something else at the same time. All right, our bread is looking good. It's crispy. That looks great. We got our peppers going, our pasta going. We're getting there. Now we've got some roasted garlic Alfredo. I'm going to add about half the jar. Straight in with the peppers. So hot pan, just get that sauce good and warm. The pasta is just over halfway done. Give that a quick stir. Just want to warm it up so you don't shock your pasta with a cold sauce. You can see it's a hot pan, so we'll go ahead and kill the heat. Just let that sit and marry and mellow and wait for the good pasta to get done. Alright, let's strain this pasta off. Do not rinse your pasta. We'll add it right back into the hot pan. A little bit of pasta water is still okay. And what we'll do is we'll add our sauce and our peppers and mix them all together. Get all that goodness in there. Alright, we'll toss these together. And it looks and smells delicious. Even a jar of Alfredo, as long as it's got that roasted garlic, you know you're doing something right. So we'll get this plated up. Show you how we did. Alright, we're all set to give this a try. Let's get it in the bowl. Oh, it smells really good. That should probably do it for 2.5 people right there. We'll take 2 of our little garlic crostinis, place them back here. You know we got our dessert back there, so just like that, for $22.76 and just a handful of pantry ingredients, I'll say we did pretty good for a date night dinner. So we barely used half of our ingredients. We've got leftover pasta and sauce and bread and peppers, stuff to eat on for the rest of the week. But before we leave you, let's see just how we did. That is really good. The peppers give just a little bit of a crunch and a fresh flavor. That sauce is pretty darn good for what we paid for it. I guess I should probably find out how our dessert is. That's a peanut butter cookie. You can't go wrong with it. We thought it'd be a fun idea. Less than 25 bucks, date night for 2 people, and plenty of food to eat on for the rest of the week. If you like what we're doing, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and see what we got coming out next, because there's a bunch of fun stuff coming out. And as always, y'all have a great day. We're gonna sit down and enjoy our date night.